What's the best way to make green water? What you are looking at here is a 75-gallon aquarium. I set this up ultimately to be a fish tank. Problem is I don't have enough red root floaters to cover the surface here. So I'm just going to battle green water regardless. So this tank really makes a really great example because it's nice and big. And if I were to make a green water culture, it would be identical to this. All right. Actually, let me add something in there. It would be identical to this except for those red root floaters that you see there. You don't need another plant in your green water culture. Like I said, this will ultimately be a fish tank, but for the purposes of making a green water culture, other than that, it's identical. All right. So what do we do here? Add a nice light. There's a high output fluorescent light on this one, just one tube. A second one would be even better. But any light that pretty much will grow plants is good. You'll want to aerate it well. Turning the water over and oxygenating it is important. So in the center of this tank is an air stone that goes pretty vigorously. The water that you use, this is important. A lot of people that have struggled making green water, this is the issue that they have, is not using sterile water. If you use water, say from a fish tank, it will be loaded with microorganisms. Some of them likely like algae. So if you start with aquarium water, you're going to be just introducing the organism that's going to eat that algae, right? So if you start with tap water or boiled water, it's free of organisms that are going to consume the algae, right? Does that make sense? And it's a problem you can't see. It will look normal. It just won't turn green. So those people that go online say, "Oh, it won't turn green," that's more than likely the problem. There's just something in there. It's a microorganism. It's going to look fine. It's just not going to grow algae. Next thing you'll want to do is add snails, and then just feed your snails. Then the rest just takes off from there. All right. So again, just the light, anything that will grow plants, aerate it, oxygenate it, turn it over, whatever. The water, use as sterile as possible water starting out with. Add snails and then just start feeding your snails. And then the green water will go from there. This tank was only set up like a week or two ago, and it's going pretty good. In another few days, it's probably going to be just a pea soup. All right. All right. So if I were to make just a green water culture, that would be it, minus these plants. You can have a few plants in there. Like the number of plants that are in this tank would be fine. But any other plant you add in there just really starts competing with the algae. And once it turns so green, you can't see anything in there anyway, right? So green water culture. This may be a really big one, but it's how I would make it.